Hello everybody. Welcome back to another fine episode of the Artist Corner, where I, your friendly neighborhood illustrator, Mr. Dave Joyner, bring you high quality tutorials on a regular basis. But today, my friends, we are actually coming in here to try something a little different. I don't know, it's a little awkward. I will be doing this freehand with a little bit of watercolor and doing my best to not destroy this illustration at the same time. So I hope that it comes across to you guys. And I'm just putting in some color in here, and I'm going to try to keep it nice and wispy. But we're starting at the top of the illustration. We're going to work our way down. I want it to be darker at the top than at the bottom of the illustration. We've got a scene, mountains, grass, tree, water. We're going to just keep dipping, bringing in color until we've got it about as dark as we want. We want it darker, obviously, at the as it gets nearer to the viewer's eye, the eye of the viewer, your eye. We want that to be nice and we don't want it to be too so you can see I'm sort of trying to, and obviously we can come in here with colored pencils too when we're done, but I'm trying to keep it nice and light. I just like having a little bit of watercolor in my work sometimes, not too much, just enough. Go ahead and I guess I can probably say that's enough of the sky. And now I'm going to go ahead and addition into my blue a little bit of this light purple, just a little bit. Put a little bit of purple in there, purple, just a little. It'll turn it a little bit of a gray tone. That's what we're trying to do, giving it some tonal, maybe just a little bit more, maybe even a little darker than that. You can see that it's starting to get the color we kind of want. We can check it if we want, but I'm going to come right in here and I am going to be bold, and we're just going to go ahead and put that tone right down on there. It could be a little darker. We can always come in later. There we go. And so you can see we got some tone difference there. We got some mountains in the distance and some sky. We can correct our tone with colored pencils later. And now we're going to try to darken this up a bit with some dark blue. Dark blue. I guess it would be, that's not a very proper term, is it? It's not dark blue, it's navy blue. Navy blue? Anyway. Alright, a little bit more of that navy blue. So we're getting a nice, that's a pretty dark blue. I mean, I would say test that. So we got pretty dark. But you know what? Let's add in a little more. Just a little bit more, just to be sure we got it dark enough. We're going to come in here now. And this is where it can be a little iffy, how dark you want to go. We've got issues here where you know what? How about we're going to err on the side of caution here. Let's not addition in this blue into the water quite yet. Let's go ahead and rinse out, and we're going to wipe off our pad here. We're at 4 minutes 53 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and grab a little Oh yeah, take my washcloth, dip it into water, and now we put some fresh water down here. Alright, some fresh water. There we go. And we're going to grab a little bit of light brown tannish, little tan. Since I'm not quite sure where I want my edge of the water to be, I'm going to go ahead and come in here and do the ground. We're going to come in light first, and we can get darker later, but it's probably best to start with a tan. There we go. Maybe just a little more tan. Let's see. Let me test it. Oh, yeah. Okay. And maybe just a little bit more. Wouldn't hurt. It can't hurt. We can always go darker. Alright, so you can see this is really thin. A lot of people's mistakes is they're starting off way too dark. We're going to come in here now, and then the distance we're going to, there we go. That's just a soft tan. There we go. That's good. Not too dark. But now we're going to get a little darker. Actually, start this way. There we go. And down to the water. By the river and the evergreen. Oh, I'm trying to remember that song now. Going down by the river where it's warm and green. Gonna take a chance. Gonna make sure, by the way, if you are gonna ink your illustration, that you have taken the time to use waterproof ink. There we go. And this is nice and light. Any green I want to go over the top of this with is going to be just fine. We're going to come in here a little bit more. And right down here. Let's go ahead and darken our green. Add a little water. Add a little water. Darken that brown. Darken our tan. Add a little water. Darken our tan. Okay. Now we're coming right in here to the splatter house. Okay. I want to get a uniform spread, but I don't really want to saturate my paper, you see. I'm trying to cover as much ground as I can without saturating the paper, and I'm adding in more dark as I get closer and closer to this side of the illustration. We want to have a stronger value of the dark. So we're going to keep adding it in until it's dark enough. And I think that's going to do right about there. Alrighty. There we go. Yeah. Alright. We're at 8 minutes and 50 seconds, getting close to our limit. But this illustration will actually be brought into the house for final color, which is more time consuming, obviously, but we have to let it dry. It's not dry. Even if you think it's dry, it's not dry. This has to dry before we can hit it with any colored pencils or markers. But we are laying down a foundation. Anybody who's ever done this kind of thing before and understands that, you're laying down a foundation. I haven't neglected the tree line yet. I'm just trying to make my decisions where I want that to be. There we go. Alright. We're at 9 minutes and 48 seconds. And again, I want to thank you all for joining me here at the Artist Corner, where I try to bring you fine drawing tutorials on a regular basis. And we will be continuing this one in a short while. Thank you for joining me here at the Artist Corner with your friendly neighborhood illustrator, Mr. Dave Joyner.